just going to start. Now, this is the 6th, Russian. 26th of August. Meeting between Kieran Swale, Tourism Innovation Specialist at Southern Regional College, and Roisin Cunningham. Roisin is an artist and here today to explore how Kieran can help Roisin in her business. Roisin, good to see you today.
Good to see you too.
Okay, so I'm just going to let that run in the background. All right, how do you think I can help? Go.
Okay, I'm just looking for information. I'm gathering information. I'm working on something for myself right now that's helping me through a difficult time that I thought that maybe I could actually use to help other people because I'm using it to support myself. And it's a subject really that a lot of people have a difficulty around, and that is it's emotional. It's an emotional support channel, I suppose, using my art. And but I'm not going to, it is for mental health. To do anything creative using art is a method of self-discovery, to learn more about ourselves and to be aware of how we are thinking about ourselves, limiting ourselves, how we are talking to ourselves. And it is about just that, just about developing a better relationship with yourself.
Okay, and using art to do this.
And using art to do that.
Okay.
And if I go in there with an angle, this is about emotional support, it's not going to be people don't really want to talk about their feelings. It's not something that people are used to maybe really so much. And they don't want to feel like there's something wrong with them either. So using art just as a method to say, okay, here's something I did.
Is it a method of self-development then?
So this is a method of self-development, it is. And I did a couple of workshops there. I did one with a small private business, a little workshop. And
what did you do with them?
That was at Sarah's Gallery workshop in Wynn Industrial Estate. And I just offered, a piece of work that I did, and I offered an art class. Would you like to try this? And just see what you can do. Yeah. And so we did that, and it was a bit nerve-wracking at first because, well, you're putting yourself out there, and so you're a little bit, just a little bit anxious, to begin with. And then I did another one there with Caring Coins. Yes. They're a charitable organisation. So, and then I was aware that I was dealing with all the admin behind that, how much do I charge here, how much do I charge there, and trying to work a few things out for myself that way. And so I reduced the cost with Caring Coins because it's kind of like a community set up there, and I wanted to make it more available to people. And there was people talked about do sipping paint and all of that there, but maybe there's some people maybe has a drink issue, and I didn't want to sort of put people on, make them feel uncomfortable. I thought just keep it simple, just keep it to the art. And the whole process, well, it is just about enjoying the process, just about accepting, keeping it simple and just.
So the concept that you're looking at, if I've got you right so far, if I interject, just to steer the conversation, is about developing a product or a service.
Yes,
depending on what we call this. That will appeal to those who are who may not even know it yet.
Yes.
But where it'll appeal to using, if I'm right, art for developing themselves, to express themselves, and to make themselves feel better about themselves. So when we're learning, I'm still learning at my age.
We're always learning.
We're always learning. So
we're growing constantly.
If that's
we
an
allow
acceptance,
that,
if that's an acceptance, or in terms of personal health or fitness, we all can run marathons. Age isn't a barrier. Age isn't a barrier to learning. Right. Age is not a barrier to self-discovery. In fact, it aids self-discovery in many ways when the mind becomes clearer through experiences that we've had in our lives. So I would say so far you're looking at developing art for people to help themselves, and that's not necessarily like a counselling thing. It's more empowering and discovery. So, I use my own example. If you ask me to do art, I'll go, yeah, but like all I can remember is that, and then being told I can't do any more than that.
I can't draw.
I can't
stuff
2D.
like that.
2D. You can't draw. It's like people say about Maz, oh, she was no good at Maz, you can't draw. So somebody quickly with a knuckle duster does that when you're 9 years old. All you're all going to draw is stick, unless somebody helps you uncover that.
Yeah.
And said, well, actually, hold on, yes, you can. Here's a few guidelines. Just go free.
That's
free.
all they need. Is a few guidelines.
Remove that out of your thinking. And go, oh, and then all of a sudden that unlocks this. Somewhere on the left side of the brain starts to go, actually, I like that.
They discover something new.
I like it because that side of the brain's not used to being unlocked.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's exactly it.
So I kind of like that, smelling the plants and walking in nature.
Yeah.
And as we get older, and going to graveyards, believe it or not, is the one that I kind of get a lot more time for, and reading gravestones and going, well, that's really interesting where they came from.
Yeah.
So
curiosity,
genealogy of things that you don't think you were interested in, poetry, listening to music. People say about, as you get older, you listen to, but yeah, I still listen to punk music, by the way. I still listen to rock. But I am mellowed a bit, and I actually do like some classical music, and I thought, that's only for older people, but I'm finding myself there now.
That's right.
It's very soothing.
Open up, yeah.
I guess in a roundabout way, what I'm saying here is your product or how you badge it is going to be really important as to who receives it.
Yes. Yeah.
Really important. Because if you do put it as a self-help, you're very much going down a very narrow path, where if you're using it as self-discovery, it opens it out. It's flowering. There's a greater opportunity with that self-discovery. And self-empowerment even more so. Do this for yourself, because once you start to put a brush in your hand, or a pencil, or a tool for that matter, a screwdriver if you've never done that before, or how to hang a picture, or how to pottery, do you do something with your hands, or how to chop an onion, or how to cook, or learn a skill, unlocks so much. I thought I couldn't do that.
And it gives us a sense of achievement if we try something new.
Yeah.
And I think we're all creative.
Yeah.
But somewhere we get stuck, we end up maybe get locked in somewhere where it doesn't really demand much more from ourselves.
So it's I think that's the first thing then, is to be able to describe and focus on what this is that you're offering to businesses.
Yeah.
So that's the first, and we'll summarize the tools that we'll use today in this conversation. We'll be able to summarize that.
Yes.
So that's the first thing I'd be saying to you is find out what it is. Is it workshops that you want to offer? Is that what the business product is here? Is that what it is? Or is it, do you want to teach people how to draw or how to paint? Or do you want to sell art? Do you want to sell your own art? What is it?
That too. Yes, absolutely.
And that too. Okay.
All I have is an Instagram online presence. That's my only platform at the moment. Okay.
Right. Do you sell through Etsy or anything else? Or have you?
And I haven't, no. I find I can feel very overwhelmed because I'm dealing with a lot there on my own, and I feel that...
what overwhelms you?
Just how to use Etsy.
Okay.
All the technical side of things. I want to set up my own website too, have an online presence there.
Yep. And
a facility on there where if somebody wants to buy something, they can do a purchase online, and then I can make the arrangements to get that to them.
Have you looked into that?
And I have got Wix.com. Mm-hmm. I started on there, but it's just sitting on there and it's not like public at the moment.
Okay.
I'm working just from my mobile at the moment as well too, so I'm feeling a bit restricted because maybe
do you have a laptop, or are you working towards an iPad?
I have, but it's banjaxed. It's banjaxed at the moment, but that's okay. I'm not going to let that create too much of an obstacle.
Start with the tools.
There's ways around things. Yeah.
That's not an issue.
So and then and I'm aware too that my funds are limited right now, because I would love to be able to make prints with my work. So initially I'm going to have to gather up some funds for myself, and how can I do that first of all? Well, I'm organising an exhibition for myself in the autumn, and
where's that going to be held?
In the library in Newry.
Yep.
And so
have you got stock? Forgive me, I'm asking you really direct questions here.
I am.
Have you a bank of stock already?
I've got some work that I'm working on. There's some canvas work which I can just hang right away. Then there's watercolour work which needs framed. So I'm always kind of up against this sort of, I can't do this, can't do that, because that's going to cost that, and I just don't have that leeway right at the moment. And, you know, and so, and I don't want to get stuck on that. But I thought if I could just put myself online there anyway, I can sell originals. I can start with that. Exhibition is another way.
When's your exhibition?
It's in November, so it is.
Do.
You're the only one that knows. I haven't told anybody.
Okay.
Apart from the library.
But the library, it's booked?
It's booked, yeah.
Okay, so
it is booked, so I'm going to have to I'm going to have to sort of...
What date in November?
It's...
and is it a run for a week?
I think I've got 2 weeks there.
2 weeks, excellent.
Oh, it's John from the library I have spoken to. If I just look at that and just confirm...
Yeah,
I actually have it on my calendar here. So August, September, October, November. Where are we? But do you know, I have to go in every single day here before I can see what's there in November. Well,
Have you a monthly? Okay.
It'd be good to see a monthly activity where I could see what's in that month without having to go in each single day. But here we are, my art exhibition. Does it start there? Yeah, it starts on the 10th of
So it's early November then, 10th November.
10th of November, and it goes on to...
the 24th then?
Yeah, it goes on to the 20th. I've got just over 2 weeks there.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it ends on the 29th. So it does. So there's a nice time.
And do you trade as Roisin Cunningham?
Yeah, roisincunningham.art. That's what's on Instagram at the moment.
Okay.
My web page is under the same. So it is.
But it's not live?
No.
Is it going to be live before the exhibition?
Yes, ideally, because obviously people are going to want to look me up and different things, and I want to be able to share that as well whenever I advertise the exhibition, and I want to give notice so that people can visit as well.
Okay.
So I'm trying not to focus on the things that I can't do right now, because I'm conscious I do have some work that would require being framed. So then I thought, right, I'll focus more on the canvases, so I'm just finishing those, and sourcing other ways to accommodate myself to set up frames for the other works as well.
Yeah.
And I will get there. I'm not trying to figure it out now. I can't figure everything out in advance, but that's the plan there. And so there is an online gallery so people can see me, an exhibition where people, a tangible space where people can touch base with me. And then there's the workshops, and I'm working with carrying coins at the moment to hopefully build more of a momentum going there. So in the meantime, I'm building up these relationships with people.
Yep.
And learning much about myself and adapting and changing up a few things.
Yep.
And also I would like to be able to utilise my artwork in more ways where I could, make cards available, prints available, and utilise it as much as possible with a product in some kind of form, So
do you do any bespoke cards or anything like that for special occasions? Do you do like
when you say bespoke, do you mean like virtual?
No.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely.
Someone says it's our
I have done that individual
it's our
work.
wedding individual or special birthday coming up for my grandfather, or engagement, or
so I've advertised for commissions as well, and I've received work that way too. Okay. So I have, and I've shared that online as well to attract other people. So it's a slow process. It has been for myself, because in the process I've been learning a lot about myself as well in that, and it's been it has been a real process of self-discovery for myself, and learning to pace myself and say to myself, this is not a race. I've got to be not trying to force things, because this would defeat the whole purpose of what I'm trying to do. Because my art, I'm going at it from a different angle. It's not so much about the end product anymore. yes, it is nice to have a product once I have done the work and use that then as a product. And but then to share the process with other people in workshops to help them self-empower themselves.
So I'm going to hold you for a second.
Yeah.
This is good, right?
Yeah.
Very good so far. The last thing you've said there are two distinct aspects to the business.
Yeah.
There's the Russians painting and the art and the if I use the word stock because I'm from a hospitality background.
Yes.
And so I get, if I go to your loft, I'm hoping to see 10 pieces that you've created that I can sell online. Okay, so 10 physical pieces, framed or on frame, preferably framed. It's going to be easier to sell them, but on frame. So that's Russian the artist, and I say, well, go and paint, go to space and paint, and then we'll look at selling those, whatever way, distributing them, making money from that art that you created, whether that's making these cups or joinery and making and crafting something from a weaver's basket or a piece of pottery, whatever it is we've made. We can put units against that and we can put that into a distribution channel to sell. That's relatively straightforward if you've got all the stock.
And I have some stock.
Okay, so that's the first starting point.
Yeah.
If you're planning to still do that in the future, because that's at the heart of being a chef, being an artist, you're a creative person. You paint and you draw, and this is the person that you are. This is what you do. That's at the heart of what you do. So that's, I'm getting so far as that's going to continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, because that's what gets you up in the morning. Because that's what you...
I've been born with this gift and I want to be able to use it, you know.
So first things first is we continue to do that. You continue to do that and have joy, great joy and inspiration from... I'm not an artist, okay, but I like listening to music. I like walking in nature. I like cycling. I'm a big cyclist. I used to play other sports, but I like being with people. So I have different interests. As I get older, I'm finding things are coming to me more.
Yes.
Because my mind's a bit more open. But fundamentally is you are an artist and you're going to continue. You want to be an artist, and that's your passion.
And I'm sharing my passions. I've joined a swim group to support myself, cold water dipping. And that was another, like you say, we do all these things to support ourselves and to enjoy life.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I'm finding is that I have a body of work around the water.
Yeah,
and I'm building more of that up.
That's interesting.
And I'm just out making sure I get out, and I've been consistent now, getting out every day, ensure that I do an outdoor sketch every day, get outside.
Oh, that's very good.
And sharing that online every day.
Wow.
I'm exposing myself on Instagram here entirely with the work that I'm doing.
You really are, yeah.
Totally. And I've been aware that my ego cringes because, and I think that's okay, because you are exposing yourself. You're being maybe vulnerable in there as well, because it's not perfect, and I want people to be able to connect with me on there, and that's what it's all about, connection. To feel that sense of connection, and to let people see that I'm showing up for myself consistently, and to see the development in that.
So behind all of this is the artists. Behind every piece is the real person, and in the creative world, do you really get to know the musician? Do you really get to know what inspires people to write music or to play music? And I look at that skill and that creativity, and I wish I could do that, and I can't play the piano or I can't plug a 12 string, and I'd love to be able to do that.
I know.
And I'd love that. But then why did they make it look so easy? Or somebody who paints, how do they do that? What's in their mind? What's in that person's mind when is it the landscape, is it the environment, or they're painting a caricature? How do they do that? How do they accentuate that? How do they know to do that? So, and what's in the person's mind when they're painting?
And I'll just read this to you here, because this will help here. Maybe you understand just a little bit more here. When I say exposing myself, here we go. Some of it's a bit abstract as well. So And this is the thing too. I realised I was caught up more about how it looks initially when I had this skill. But then I realised, actually, no. I found myself losing the joy in it because I was always focused on, this has to be right, and focused on the outcome, you know. And that created a block for me. I thought, there's a whole lot of stuff. What's the block? What's this about? And then when I stopped and did a lot of work on myself through meditation and different things like that, I realised actually there's an emotion there that's preventing you from moving forward. What is it that you are not connecting with to allow yourself to acknowledge that emotion, accept it for what it is, and go through that ugly phase anyway. Keep going through the mess, because life is like that. It gets messy, but that doesn't define who we are.
No,
that's not who we are. It's an experience. The emotion I'm feeling right now isn't me. It's just something, my body's trying to tell me something here. So it is about listening to yourself.
That's quite profound. Very
much listening to yourself. So this is an abstract here, but this was a very difficult day where I just felt so stuck inside of myself, so caught up on the end product. I thought, just do anything, just get the energy moving, because we can get stuck and stagnant on different things, and things are out of our control. If something's not going the way we want it to, you have to let go of that and just be in control, not let your emotions take control. So so this is a page not from today but from before, but still I made it, and it came from an honest place, and it came tangled, uncertain amidst a wilderness, and carrying on is no small thing, because whenever life does come along and we hit a crisis, nothing prepares us if we haven't had the emotional support growing up for how to navigate our way through that. And we take it personally, and then it creates a block and all of that. So there was a time when painting felt tied to how well I did it, and sometimes I still hear those traces of pressure inside of me. Yes, I do. But I'm learning not to measure it that way anymore. The real significance is in showing up no matter how small. So I used to say to myself, oh my God, I should be spending hours on this, and I felt so overwhelmed that I thought, I don't think I have the energy, and then I wouldn't do anything. So then I started small, just, clear space, just do anything, just move, just do anything. The inner critic still wants to convince me that progress means carrying all the ways I don't measure up. But what I've come to see is that even the simplest brushstroke or wash of colour can give something back. A little light and a little strength. And it does. It's a feeling. It just gives that little sense of empowerment back. A bit of relief. Life feels heavy for so many of us, and I feel it too. Yet choosing 5 minutes for colour on a page is its own quiet act of courage, and that's true, because even I felt the resistance, to accept that is good enough. And it doesn't change everything, but it shifts something inside, and it isn't. And isn't that true where it all happens, where we begin to see our own truth? We are our own worst enemies, we can be our own best friends. It's about taking that responsibility that I can change this for myself. That's not selfish. So sometimes you have to take a step back to look at that. And you have to let go of so much and sacrifice so much around you to get that space to do that. So it is about committing yourself to a creativity space.
Okay, so this is a post when was this post done? This was done yesterday? So
that there was done a few weeks ago there.
A few weeks ago, okay.
Yeah, that one there.
And have you been posting every day?
Yes, I've been posting every day my daily sketches. This is, I started to work small canvases.
So I thought your sketches you're actually painting. You're going to paint something for an hour?
So this is my swimmers, and I'm not as picky as I used to be with my work, but I use my things that I love to do, and I had to go out and find things that I love to do.
So long would it take you? We're looking at one here on your Instagram post. So long would it take you to do that?
So that there, well, I would spend maybe an afternoon.
Okay, 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah. Because I'll let it dry, then I'll come and I'll go do something else and come back and then do another layer, something like that there. And so it was important for me to go out and do things that I enjoyed to help support me, and then I use that to paint, and then just taking a daily sketch, sitting in a cafe, sketching I'll turn that down because the music maybe is distracting a little bit.
Yeah.
But just observing, just observing everything around me, and getting to be like having a date with myself. It's a date with me, getting to know me, and that's one sketch.
Have all these sketches now been finalised and are ready for? Are they in your?
So all of these can be scanned and used as prints, and some of these are local scenes. And I'm even loosening up quite a bit there. How important, like this was a day where I could even put hardly a pen to the paper because I was feeling very anxious in my body, and I was aware of that. And I'd go out anyway, and it was just one of those days.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to listen up a bit more.
Yeah.
And this swim group, how the people I'm getting to meet through that, and this was a trial thing that Joanne Callan, she's a holistic therapist.
I know Joanne, yeah.
So I went along and experienced this lovely experience with them and lovely people.
Lovely.
And then recorded some snaps and painted from that.
Brilliant.
And so there is, and then not only that too, there's an emotional side.
I like that.
Do you know the way you don't, people can't understand how you feel, so you can feel really frustrated because you need to feel that feeling validated in some way. And if you're not getting the understanding back, you have to take responsibility and connect with that emotion yourself. Not hold it, but acknowledge it in some way, and art does that. So it's out there, it's out, it's done. And I'm sure people can relate to that at times when they're really stressed out or anxious. You feel it all in your body, you really do. So hopefully, and people have connected with me because of that. There's just something in it that they think, God, that's exactly how I feel, and God, I love that, or whatever. And just very, very emotional. And there was a period I went through where I felt really disconnected, and I just wanted to get that out there and share that. And just by people liking it and connecting and saying, oh God. And there was a lady who wanted a print of that as well, just recently inquired. So like, great, I'm going to have to go down and organise that now, because I thought I'd just do it that way for now. Pay as you go, if you like. And so, and then again back at the lake, one of the joys, just take photographs. Camlock Lake. And so this is work that I have done that's ready sitting just to go on display. I volunteered at Head Injury, and wonderful space in there, what they did and what they do for people. That was portrait demonstrations that I did for a group as a result of being in there. And I went to an artisan market just for a taste to try that out. And doing these things for the first time, it's like, oh, you're really exposing yourself. It can be quite overwhelming, but it's good to break the ice for myself. And so there was that aspect where people, oh, I love that, can I buy that? And you sell it for practically nothing, so you do. But it's good just to be able to get started and get moving. And so I would share that daily now, and then just observing around me how important it is to go out and take a look around and just be still and not be thinking. And sometimes the Cold War, why I went there in the first place was because I was so overthinking. It's amazing how I think living on your own, I think that's what brought a lot of things home to me. The lack of understanding I have for myself. Roisin, you need to give that to yourself. Not everybody will understand, and that's okay. But this is the thing people struggle with. They don't understand me, and all of that there, And this is sad, because then there's a breakdown of relationships, and then we're pointing fingers, and it goes away into all. It's so emotional. So it's so much about, that's my mum.
Oh, lovely.
Or wild hair at the time.
Lovely.
And so there's work here that I can sell, canvas ready, sitting, went again, Restrever, and
lovely.
More. There's more there too, and some of these sketches I would love to be able to scan and offer as prints and frame up. So I'm just trying not to get hung up on what I don't have and just make the most of what I do have.
Okay, so you have a lot there, even just looking at your Instagram, which you sketch out every day. So and if you could, you have a lot of product there. Like you have a lot
there's a lot of
product
potential for how
that could be either adapted or, depending on how you want to distribute that, whether you go for prints or you go for the originals. But you have a bank of work there already.
Yeah.
That it's on Instagram, but you're kind of thinking, well, I want to buy that. I want to buy the original piece of that, or that speaks to me. Now, there were certain ones there, probably more landscape and experience based, but the lady standing in the water on her head's kind of like this, that spoke to me, because there's so much confusion, and yet I am an advocate of fresh water, and then when I come out, I might go in like that and I come out totally different.
That's exactly right. It brings you,
but walking
takes you out of your head. It takes you out of your head.
I'm a bit like that, and then I'm down and immersed in it, and then I do a bit, and then I come out and I'm boom.
And it's such a great habit. I'm addicted to it now. And
but it's a good thing. Habit. I mean, there's the science around that, and the physiology around that, emotional. But also, so seeing that art piece is a reminder of a good habit, if you like.
So, and not to feel bad, because I used to feel bad about feeling the way I shouldn't be feeling this. God, this is blocking me, and trying to get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. No, don't get rid of it. Acknowledge it.
Acknowledge. I was going to use the word acknowledge.
This is normal. We feel it's normal to feel these things, and that's okay.
I mean, one is in a good state, and I'm not a psychologist, or a psychiatrist, so I don't have that background. I mean, I'm been working in this role for 13 years, and a listening role as a business mentoring, and I am up until 2 years ago was a football coach, so I'm kind of used to listening and trying to coach people, and love doing that, by the way. I've got great fun with young lads.
I used to play camogie, and the teamwork it's just
love doing that. Amazing, but I don't miss it now, which is strange. Someone said, would you go back to kind of coach to be a coach? I don't think so. I think I've done that for 9 years of my life, and
served its purpose.
And,
so it has,
So kind of through my work, I still teach part time. This is my full time job as business support, but I still and I like that, because it's a 17 to 19-year-old, fullest age group. I teach with them, and I like that age group.
Yes.
But I get about 2.5 hours with them a week. That's plenty.
Yes.
But enough for me to keep in touch with them and understand young people of today. So, personally, I think we listening to you so far is you are at an advanced stage of recognition of where you are with your emotions and feelings. That's my observation.
Totally. Thank you. And I want to connect with people.
Yeah. I'm getting that now.
Yeah.
So, okay, to summarize so far, we're talking about you have a lot of product, and you're still painting every day, and that can be perfected for sale. All right. So that's summarized. That's one part. Now, the other part of where you want to go, I think, in the next 12 months or beyond, is having more workshops. You've identified, you mentioned there are caring coins. You've also did emotional support and mental health with somebody with another group. Now, I'll now wear my commercial hat as a business mentor, and I'll say, okay, fair and well if the funding's there, but like that's at the bottom, and from financially, it's not even paying your way to do that. Let's elevate this in a way where it's going to be worth your while to do this on a regular basis. So you're offering whatever you decide to call these workshops, and we haven't got a name for them yet. Whatever you say to learn to draw, learn to paint, enjoy painting, paint for wellness, paint for your health, paint for you, paint for me, whatever it's going to be called.
Yes.
All of those names, we've got those recorded, so don't worry. So we've got so it's going to be something like that. There's no reason why, one of my previous clients today was chatting about why corporate businesses wouldn't be interested. Of course they would be. If I'm assigning a budget, I want my staff to remain in my company, and I employ 500 people or 300 people or 100 people or 50 people, but I want them to be energized. I want them to know that at this company we care for people. We let people not just their professional CPD, continuous professional development, but actually their life personal development, and part of that is learn to paint or revisit paint, whatever you call it. And I go, with my company, we did a workshop for half an hour, or for 3 hours with brushing, and she really had. I was always afraid, because all I could do was draw, and I didn't even know how to hold a brush, and I never know you put the paint just at the top, not at the middle, because I always put too much paint on, and all of those things.
Yes,
and watercolors, and I don't know, in the jar, and I always and I mixed it up and got it wrong, and then I just don't paint anymore. I go, well, actually, let's revisit that. So you're unlocking, and we used this word before, these workshops can be used to unlock more than painting. And that's that's if you think about what you could be doing, and then you tie that around a workshop with a work for you at a location that'll work for you. Okay, so whether that's a home studio or a studio, a hired facility, or on the premises of a corporate group, you decide to deliver that training for X amount of time at X amount of rate. And that's where the business model starts to work for you.
Yeah.
So, if you plan it over, there's a 52 weeks in the year, you're going to work for 44 of those. Let's allow you 8 weeks off or 6 weeks off. You're not going to be doing that. So for 44 weeks, one workshop a week for a corporate group, costed at X amount, we start to get what this could look like.
Yeah.
So for a day, I'm using totally nominal figures here. It mightn't be this, but it could be £500 or £1,000 per day, depending on what it is. So let's get something comfortable. It's, I don't know, £600 for the day. That's for you. No, it's not even a day, but it is a day because it's setting up and bringing it down,
the preparation,
and all that.
Yeah.
So whatever we decide is maybe more than that. Maybe it's $750, and you're doing the pre-booking, post-booking evaluation, all of that.
Yeah.
That's your rate for that 3-hour session, because you've got to engage. What are they looking for? What can I do? Where's the premises? There might be materials costed in, so it might be £1,500 because there's materials here, and everybody gets their own.
Provided. Yeah.
Everybody gets their own sketch pad, I imagine, and their own paintbrush and pencils and whatever else comes with that, and all the
Just
tubes.
bring themselves.
The tubes. I don't know
Yeah.
how big they are. I remember back to my primary school. That's the last time I painted. But I'm just getting. They get to take that away.
Yeah.
At the end of the workshop. What a tangible. I'm talking corporate here. I'm not talking your work with caring communities here. I'm talking corporate. What an experience I've just had for 3 hours with Roisin. What an experience, because I was always afraid to learn to draw or to paint. I'm usually keep word draw because that's kind of, I'm thinking pencil, but then just take that on to paintbrush, learn to paint. No, I'm still learn to, maybe I did, and I'm now just rediscovering that. But I walk away and say, my company supported me to do that. The same way my company supported me to do reflexology or Thai massage or membership of a gym or cycle to work. These are all the benefits of belonging to. My organisation supports my mental health and well-being.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they do is they offer me a menu of programmes. One of the programmes that I recently did was revisit drawing, revisit painting. And you're that one, your name's against that. So I want you to think about that, okay, in terms of cash flow. I want you to think about what would that work, what would that look like if you started to plan that out from January 2026. January 2026 until December 2026. One workshop a week to a corporate client multiplied by 44. What does that equal? Okay, in terms of income generation.
That's a good income.
Then we're starting to get a more of a realistic what this could look like in terms of a business.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not talking about you just going and doing a wee bit of here and there, and I'm talking decent revenue here. You know, being able to now to do that. First thing that if you're approaching me, this is, for talk's sake, this is August, but let's say this is September. Say we're on a month on the next time we meet. You come back again. I've thought about that. I've done it. I'm ready to go here. I said, well, what are you going to offer? Here's what it's going to look like. Here's the package. This is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to say, well, who are you? So I'm going to need to check you out. Where's your body of work? Who have you worked with in the past? What do you like as a person? Have you the skills to deliver in a corporate? Where's your track record? So to be able to do that, you're going to need a track record. So you may well look at a trial, in September, October, November of it. You're going to offer to someone through word of mouth, someone that, not someone you've done before, by the way, and not in that, it has to be corporate. Do you follow where I'm going with this? Are you with me so far? Have I talked? Are you following my line of thought?
I do, absolutely.
Okay.
Not so just a wee odd workshop here and there. I understand it's the commitment in the corporate business to support others in there. Okay.
From this, all the things will flow, by the way. If you can start to secure this, other work will flow, and other work where you can be able to offer your services to, you know, those more in need that you feel that you want to do a workshop in a community, you know, to learn how to paint or to express themselves. But your bread and butter is going to come from the corporate.
Yes.
All right?
That's right.
So to do that, then we need to kind of, well, who could we work with? So your piece of work, and this is going to be in the notes here, the summary, the piece of work to think about is identify 5 companies. Now, we're not unlike that. Fola and I have talked about this, by the way, but she's gone right back to leisure. I had her all set up to go down corporate, but she'll come to corporate, but she's really getting busy, and I'm delighted. I'm delighted.
Just
I'm delighted, but and she's going for more women only. That's okay. It's working for her for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm asking you to think about 5 corporate companies that you could target to do workshops with. And the workshops will be 3 hours. And I want you to focus of those 5 to one that you could do in September or October. No, I'll give you October. 1 October.
Give me a bit of space
give
to
you a
organise,
space to get
just
ahead.
to absorb all
Identify
of this.
one. You're going to. That's probably going to be word of mouth and of a contact somewhere. It has to be corporate. It cannot be a community group. I keep coming back to that.
Yes.
Has to be.
Yeah.
And the reason it has to be, and they may well offer you, or you may do it on a trial. So they're working with you. You're working with them.
Yeah.
So it may be this is your pro bono. This is your one that you're doing for this company, in the understanding that you're able to use this as a client reference. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So
yes.
There's loads of companies where we are located. We're in Greenbank Industrial Estate. There's loads of companies around us. Let's say you get to know one and say, listen, this is what I'm doing. I'm thinking about doing this, but to build my brand up, I need to have secure. Would you be interested if I took 10 of your staff or 5 of your staff for a workshop in the morning or an afternoon? And what's it about? Yeah, it's about art for wellness or whatever you call it. So this is a lot more strategic business mentoring support that I'm suggesting to you. Why am I going this route? Because this will unlock cash that you're going to need for this business.
The flow.
Now, so are you with me so far?
Yes.
All right. So then back to the art where you're producing. Mm-hmm. We need to you do need to get your website.
Yes.
Get your website up and running. Mm-hmm. That I can go out and buy. I love some of those stuff that you just showed me on Instagram. I want to buy them. I want to buy them now. So I'm giving you that as a first person customer because some of them spoke to me. The Camlock Lake, I've done with 4 triathlons in Camlock. So already they're speaking to me.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
so and people will have an association and continue to have, and the popularity of that will grow over the next decade, where the facilities have been put in there, and you've glamping facilities around it. You've another, as the Newry Down Council continue to support that facility, it'll grow in popularity. Yeah. So more people will have an association with there.
Yes.
And the way back historically, they did the lake festivals and the waterfront, and so they've a long. That's just one of many outdoor swimming destinations within a 30-mile radius of Newry that you know of and I know of.
Oh yeah.
You know, so there's been a real growth of the beauty of water, both fresh water and seawater, what it does for you. And then people will go, you know, I have an association with that. Oh, I saw that piece, that speaks to me. I want to buy that.
Yeah.
So this needs to be easy for people to buy. And that's your challenge is going to be, where is the website? How easy is it to navigate your website? How easy is it to buy the pieces? Do you want the pieces to be in the raw state where I have to go and buy the frame, or do I want them framed up? Customer, I want it framed up all the time. I want to choose my frame, or I'll buy it in the frame that I see on your site. So what type of, do we go, I don't know what you can give me all the different types of frames that there are, but you know, I'm going to probably be navigating towards a wooden frame, mahogany, probably, I don't know, whatever it is, but you give me a choice of 5 colours and frames, and I go with that one. And then you either have an arrangement with a local framer in Newry somewhere, or you have them already pre-framed, or you do your own framing. I don't know.
No, yeah. Well,
but I imagine that all needs to be simple for me to buy.
Yes.
Keep it easy, either on a site of your own or on Etsy or somewhere like that. But that's doable. That's not undoable. Having a website to sell art isn't undoable. You could do that in 48 hours.
Yes.
That's what is more the you where your head's at.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not a website builder, but I could bring in a colleague who works with me. Today's conversation is more strategic and looking at how we upscale the business and taking it from a cash flow perspective. Getting somebody to put a website together isn't hard. It isn't. And don't let that be a barrier. That's not a barrier.
Yeah, I suppose I just I just need that sort of guidance. Okay, is this ready to go? Have I got everything I need there? And just
that's not a barrier.
So just a little bit of help with that, just to someone to oversee that.
You've done the Go Succeed program.
That's my next step. Gonna go there.
Give me a wee second.
Oh,
give me. No. Half two. I was meant to ring. Half two. Hello. Sorry. Gosh, that rain's there. So Go Succeed, because there might be support about getting a website built there. There might be.
I think it's them that's going to help me with that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my next stop.
Okay.
And
definitely.
I just contact them. They're doing work. They're doing those kind of things all the time, aren't they, on a regular basis?
I think so. Yeah.
So that's my next stop.
That would be your exhibition then. So
that's good.
What I've been talking about. So Go Succeed definitely, but your exhibition then would be another focus really for you in November.
Yeah.
And you've got the build up to the exhibition. You're going to need pieces that people can buy at the exhibition.
Yeah.
Celebrate that. You want to do a pre-event or a launch event.
Yes.
You want to do an event, an open night. I'm presuming that's going to be is that going to be the first night of it, or is that going to be before, or is that going to be at the New Library, or where is that going to be?
I'll have a chat with him. I'll sort that out with John. He's been doing that over and over for our artists, so he will
you need to think about that.
Yes,
and getting a bit of PR of what it is, and you've got to be it, or even over the 2-week period that your exhibition's on. There's something lovely about meeting the artists. You expect to meet the artists on the first night, but what if I go in night 5 or night 4 or day 4 to meet the artist? And who actually comes to a library nowadays? Who goes to a library for exhibitions? What can you do to get more throughput under the floor of that exhibition?
I know.
Because Newry Arts Centre certainly used to do it, and we know that's all been.
We don't really have an arts centre, should we?
No. So where do people go if they want to see a gallery? Where's the natural place to go? And what are your expectations out of this exhibition? All of those things are important to think about. What do you want out of the exhibition? How much do you want cash sales out of that? Or what are you going to measure the success? Are you going to measure it on a digital footprint? Is that going to be how many actual people came to it, or how many people saw about it on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever? What's success? How are you going to measure success from that exhibition? You don't need to answer that. These are more questions.
Down to ask myself.
Maybe more questions than answers. And then the other thing would be is, I love the idea of the workshops. I love the idea of the creative sector is a fascinating one to me. I'm working with people in it, but I'm not a creative. And then you might say to me, well, don't say you're not a creative. I like cooking.
That's
love
creative.
cooking. Yeah, I suppose so. I'm kind of reflecting.
Anything's great. It doesn't have to be art. Like just being resourceful, being creative. You know, figuring out solutions, just finding solutions rather than focusing on the problem.
Yeah.
And art does that. It kind of expands something in our brain to allow space so that we can figure out other things. You know, so it's kind of like a support in that sense.
So I love the idea of meeting the artist. I love that because quite creative people there. How do you do that? You know, what inspires you? What's behind the artist?
Too. You know, I look at other people.
That's amazing. Like how do musicians write music?
And it is commitment. There is a commitment there because I didn't start off doing that just like that.
And then how? I suppose then you're getting to think about, well, what gives me my spark now in my life? Where's my spark? Yeah. What turns the light on for me in the morning? Yeah. What must we get up? Where do I get my joy in life? Like I get my joy of having conversations with you in my job, and I'm lucky in that way. But not every conversation is like this, obviously. Yeah. I have a lot of planning, paperwork, and stuff to do. If I had a computer, it'd be lovely if I was talking to people all day. I'm not.
Yes, that's right. There's a whole admin side of it.
I get a lot of joy out of my family and friends and things like that. I get joy of watching sport. I get joy of participating in sport while I'm still able to, and watching my children play sport and things like that. I get joy out of that, and
the simple things,
and of my partner being happy when she returns, and you've maybe done a wee bit of cleaning in the house, and you see her reaction, not expecting it. And not that you're looking at a brownie point, but you just know that makes her happy. Well, so you get joy.
Yeah, it is. It's about loving what you do, learning to love something, and and just wanting to share that. Yeah. And by starting off with one thing, then you start to notice other things because you've stopped and taken the time to stretch yourself a little bit on the inside, to be able to notice much more around yourself, and
That's
just be still and just value what is. You know, just what I do have. That's all it is. That's all it is. And we're only here just to lift other people up, not run each other down.
Yeah.
And we get lost because we're stuck up here the way we think things should be. That should be right, proper.
I think you've a lot to offer. Being honest with you, listening to you today, I think it needs. I think you need to put a structure around this. Yeah. Forgive that. I think you've got the canvas.
That's a pun. I love the pun. Yeah.
I think you've got it.
Yeah.
I think you've got it.
It is. It's just because we all get messy. You know, the thing is that we're not perfect, and this is one of the things that I struggle with. I have to have this right. I have to have that right. Roisin, there is no perfect. I've got to the point where I'm 59 now. Life has taught me so much.
But you have a lot to offer, like.
And that's all we're here to learn. And it will be messy and awkward and uncomfortable. Those things are okay, but not to beat yourselves up around that.
And that is, it is kind of self-discovery. It is self-analysis, to be able to see.
And art does that. When you start painting your inner critic, you will hear yourself. That's when you start to, but I can't do that. Oh, you do that so much better. You're comparing yourself. You're knocking yourself down. The self-talk is already creating an obstacle right there. So it is, right there. And then you take that with you. And you don't realise it, but you're self-limiting yourself. I know. I've been doing that to myself, you know. And, you know, this gift, Roisin, you know, it's not about just selling a product. It's telling you about yourself. Do you accept it? Do you accept the mess that happens whenever you're creating? Or does it have to be right? That paintbrush didn't work right, or, you know, and that just totally discouraged me. That's it, threw the towel in, you know. And we do that too, and that's okay as well. And forgive yourself. We're not very good at doing that. And just say, do you know what? I'll just do 10 minutes every day. That's all. And that's how, and I've been slow because of that, because I could only do it small, to start to allow myself a break, because my head was ruling the show, ruling my life, you know.
Okay.
I love this.
No, that's good.
Learn to love it, Roisin. So don't be thinking of it as a product. It's a feeling that it gives you. You know, and it is about nurturing that feeling and letting it grow.
Is there,
you know?
with not understanding this fully, but I'm going to ask you a question here. Is there a release? So when you do a physical activity, whether it's like Photo's World, a gym activity, or you go on a brisk walk, or a run, or a cycle, or something like that, or out in the sea when you cold water swim, like, you know, you come back, whoa. and I call them endorphins, but they're released. Boy, you know, you feel really good.
I'll show you a paint in the hair.
Yeah,
The
you
first
feel
time
really good, you know.
Yeah.
And if you could bottle that and you're going, like, I do that every day. If I live but I think if I lived by the sea, I know I'd be in a lot
To
more.
live by the sea,
if I lived
by
by
the
sea,
water, yeah.
If I lived in Camlock, like, I'd be on a regular basis.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I
think saltwater. There's something that saltwater does to your body and mind that freshwater doesn't do, and I can't
see
explain
going in
it.
that first time. I could barely paint that day, but after coming from the cold water, I had to just note that for myself, that feeling, because you're like, oh fuck, you know, and everything bites, you know, everything does.
Love it.
But I remember my whole body was still carrying this dis-ease, you know, within myself. And I thought, the resistance, the mind has to be a certain way. Just get it down there, Roisin. Doesn't have to be oils, doesn't have to be in a perfect canvas. Just get a bit of paper and go for it, you know, something like that. And not everybody now can draw like me. And this isn't about what it looks like. It is just about getting a colour on the page.
Yeah.
Anything. I can show you something and you can try it, do it like that, but you're going to do it your way because you are where you are. We're not in the same place. We're all on different rungs of the ladder, if you like.
Yep.
I was like that. I was down that rung there too, but I had to work to get to where I am now.
Yep.
So I'm here to help you sort of develop that and to trust in yourself and not beat yourself up and put yourself off, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just
okay.
But this is
this useful? This conversation useful?
It's very refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go from? So today's the 20. So we're still recording this 26th of August. Where would you like to go? And I'm calling this a business because we're talking about business today. Where would you like to go with this?
Where would I like to go with this?
Do you want us to be full-time employment?
Yeah, this is me. This is me taking something, sharing something with other people that I have used to help myself. And I would love to be able to connect with other people.
Okay.
And give them that sense of self-empowerment. Give them a sense of awareness about themselves.
So here's the to-dos then.
Yeah.
You need to contact probably your local council about the Go Succeed programme.
Yes.
Certainly, I don't see major problems with getting a website done. To get a website done or do a website.
They'll help me with that too.
Well, they should be able to help it, but go ahead with it. Like, you've got Wix. Like, get on with that.
Yeah.
You know, stop putting that up as a barrier. Just get on.
I know, because is there a wee block there that I'm afraid just to press public here? But there was a couple of other little technical things in there, like setting up an option to purchase online, you know.
Okay.
Just a couple of technical things that I'm not familiar with. Just maybe Go Succeed will point me to someone who does that.
I'm going to ask you to do something to see if we can help you in the future. Okay, so I want you to put that in an email to me. This is part of your homework. An email is into what you need done on the website. You know, you need a website.
Yeah, break that down a bit more.
Yeah, break that down. Set up an e-commerce page, whether it's us or Go Succeed, because that's going to help you in the process. But there's the website.
And offer my workshops on there too. Make it be seen that this is what I do too.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants
the whole
to
product
that.
offer. So let's break that down. So you need a simple web presence, a website.
Yeah.
On that website, there's going to be different things. I'm looking down to there because imagine that's a piece of art.
Yes.
So we're going to somewhere you can buy your existing art. Number 1. 2, I imagine somewhere you can buy prints of your art of different sizes.
Yeah.
3 frames or where they're framed. Prints with frames and without frames.
I think I'll literally just offer the canvas as it is.
Okay. Let them buy your own frames. You sort your own frame out.
And then I'll develop that.
Okay.
Maybe eventually all frames.
All right. Then we're also looking at number 4 is, the portfolio of your wider portfolio of what you offer for workshops. Workshops, still under number 4, for the corporate sector.
Yes.
And workshop for more community sector.
Yes. Thank you. It's good to break it down like that.
Yeah.
Corporate sector and community.
So there are really 4 and 5 actually, but I can see this quite clearly on your website. And then even within that, you don't want to be putting prices on that. But it's just like what you do for the corporate. It's going to be different. You can't be doing the exact same thing and charging 10 times the price in the corporate than you do for the community.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is special commissions. You're an artist. Don't artists commission? Mm-hmm. Can I get you, if you're an artist and I like what you do, can I get you commissions?
Absolutely.
Will you I have a broodmare that's no longer with us. Will you paint my broodmare in full?
Mm-hmm.
I have an old bicycle that I used in a race 25 years ago. I have an old car, or my grandmother's no longer with us, but I'd love a portrait of my grandmother. A location, my favourite location in that County Down. It's a special place, but not many people know it. Will you paint that for me? These are all special commissions because I really like your work.
And I've had those, and people just want something they love painted for them to have that memory.
Okay, mm-hmm. So there's, and I don't know a lot about art, but I know what landscape does to me, mm-hmm. and what caricatures or characters or whatever the technical term of people, and my wife calls it lived-in faces, but I actually love seeing a lived-in face.
Oh yeah.
I lived in face with all these lines that are there, and all the lines that are there, and the story.
I'm loving those lines. I'm learning to love myself.
And the story behind the cap tilted slightly, and it's not picture perfect. But real. The story behind why has he got so many lines down there? Why is that? The story behind the receding hairline. Where was that man? What's actually going on there? And then you say, well, that's a likeness that's my grandfather, or that's a connection.
And it just opens up a door for people, for discussion.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, as in the special commission. Number 7, somewhere on the site, I want a track record. Okay. People you've done commissions for who are happy to talk about this.
Oh, you're talking about testimonies.
Yeah.
Track record.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll write and ask people to.
Just
that I did work for.
Don't need too many.
Ask for a testimony. Testimonials.
Track record testimonials.
Excellent.
And then your number 8 is all
I knew there was something else on my website.
Yeah. 8, then you're all your social channel. How do you get in touch?
Yes.
Social channels. How do you get in touch? So.
How do you get in touch? Yeah. So at the moment, it's just an email at the moment, And if anybody wanted to purchase anything, it'd be nice to have or to do a one-to-one tuition or a...
That's number 9, one-to-ones, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Get the right market. Russian, get the right market.
One-to-one. So it'd be nice to have a little link facility for them to be able to link in, book themselves in, and pay for it right there and then.
So, you were hesitant there when we first met about costs and talking, but like so many there is market for this. There's market for,
There's room.
There, absolutely. People, we're getting more, you're talking about in touch with what we're looking for, but maybe I don't want to go into a room with other people and feel awkward, embarrassed, whatever else is in my head about that. But I would love you to work with you on a one-to-one basis. So you're going to say, right, Kieran, here's where we start. So it's like one-to-one mentoring. So a 3-hour one-to-one workshop.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to put a price on that. Okay, you don't need to. Another thing to think about is...
Are you speculating here? You're speculating?
No.
That you're, like, hypothetically, a one-to-one workshop for someone... You don't even know how to talk about... What do you mean not talk about a price? Like what?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I don't want you to put a price on the website to say a one-to-one workshop is such
and I don't
such.
Like doing that because there's something self-limiting about that. No. And it makes it all about the money.
But it's going to be,
well.
so say somebody, a friend of a referral says, you got to talk to this person, they are brilliant, but especially they're brilliant on a small group or a one-to-one, they're brilliant. Mm-hmm. Okay, how much they charge? Well, it's usually, it's as and when, or it's depending on what the needs are. So, before you agree to work with me or another person, you need to check all that out. He said, I don't know, this isn't going to work for us.
Yeah.
Where's she coming from? Where's he coming from?
You have to make a connection.
So
first
you're going
of all.
to...
It's like your own doctor. You're not going to go talk to a doctor.
So you're
who's
going
not
to invest in
understand
that. So
you.
there's time. That's
Yes.
why I'm saying you can't say that's going to cost 3 hours. It's going to be £75 an hour. It's going to be, $2.25 for that session. You can't say that.
No.
Because there's going to be a build-up and there's going to be a follow-on.
Yes, that's right. And so break that down again a little bit more for me.
Okay.
So how do you size that up then, price-wise?
So you're going to need to know that, okay, Kieran, what do you think? Well, I'm learning to draw. Okay. Oh, have you ever drawn before? No. Have you ever painted before? No. Yes, it was 50 years ago since I did that. Why do you want to do it? I just feel a yearning, and I've always wanted to do in my life, and I'm a stage in my life now, I'm semi-retired, or just before, I still want to be using my brain, I want to be creative, I want to explore this. Okay. How did you hear about me? I heard about you from my brother, or my friend, or my ex-colleague. Okay, who were they? John. Oh, your brother John. Okay, yeah. All right, okay. Okay, can I? Oh, I know John. Of course I did. I met your John at such and such. So okay. Well, you're coming from that.
So it's not cold calling. It's just you want to be.
You're coming from that. So that's going to be probably a
yeah.
telephone call or a Zoom call, Artists don't do Zoom. Generally, they'll shy away from contact. A Zoom call. So, part of in your website somewhere is what about you're set up a Zoom chat. And then you have the Zoom call with them and you think, to be honest, Kieran, thank you for that. It's cost you your time, obviously, but you've decided, you've made the call as the artist not to work with this person. You don't know where they're coming from.
No.
And if it's you have to always protect yourself.
So it's a free consultation initially to have a chat to figure things out, see if it feels right.
Yeah. I'll call it a check-in call, but there's lots of other words
Totally.
rather than using free.
Want people to feel that they're able to do that, check it out without feeling, oh God, if I do this, I'm going to have to commit.
Call it whatever.
No pressure. You don't
Put
want any
another
pressure.
name on it, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. So, but you also have to think, and this is word of caution in all this conversation, because I'm doing a bit of work with a psychotherapist.
You are?
Not personally, a mentoring project.
Yeah.
She's very much, she always meets her clients in a professional, she never goes and meets the clients in a professional environment. Never in their house or never in her house.
Somewhere neutral?
So I'm just saying, initially when you meet people, you say, well, I meet you for coffee in an open place. You see where I'm coming from on all of this?
So that's where the Zoom call comes in too?
Yeah.
So it's kind of neutral?
So you kind of,
everybody's in their own safe spaces?
Yeah. I feel I could work with you. Yeah. Okay. Or you meet them out in the coffee shop. You think, well, okay, it's costing me an hour and a half the time, but sure, we'll run with this, see where it goes. Yeah. That's all exploring, you exploring them exploring you, and then say, okay, we'll do, Kieran, I think it'll take 3 sessions with you over 3 days, and we'll split them up a week apart. Each session will be, you put in cost in the session.
Yeah.
This is typically what the word will get out. So I'm kind of getting you to elevate yourself as a professional here. Yeah. So if you go to a specialist, it's going to be in the healthcare system. Without quoting prices, you can guess, you can name a price there. So starting to get you, because this is all part of wellness. But somewhere on your site, there's a one-to-one painting with you. Yeah. Okay? Are you with me?
Yes.
Other things that could be on your website then, I would like to know about your future. You may not know yet, but on the website, who are you? Or a bit of background somewhere. Biography, inspiration, biography,
I have a little bit of that.
And that's plenty there. That's plenty to be thinking about for a website. That's plenty. The whole thing is about making it, not giving too much away, but making it easy to me get in contact and get a flavour of what you really are doing. Yeah. Rather than just putting up, here's my Etsy site. That's it. That's me.
That's it. And if I can just be myself on there. Not everybody's going to connect with it, but you want to connect with, obviously make a connection with people. So, yeah.
I think that's us in a summary.
Yeah, thank you.
So, okay,
thank you so much.
Today was the 26th of August. I'm going to suggest, you've got the list of to-dos there, I think, and we can re-summarise this. I'll maybe touch base with you again in a couple of weeks' time. Or if you want, and if you don't want, there's no problem.
So I would like to be able to get in contact with Go Succeed. And how soon do you think there would be a course available there? Like, is this something that they do regularly? So if I contacted them today...
Nearly Mon Council is your reference point.
Yeah.
So you're saying Go Succeed, but the Go Succeed is a programme that's run by all the councils.
Do I go to Win Industrial Estate for that?
Yes, generally that would be. If Liam is the chief executive of that, Liam has come back to me, but yes.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Familiar with that. Because I actually did do one about 4 years ago, but I was already dealing with it far too much at the time, and I moved and everything. So,
well, reconnect
but
with
now
that.
I'm ready.
Go
with
Succeed.
That. Yeah,
reconnect
so
with that.
He's the guy. I remember.
Or if it's somebody, Liam or somebody else there, can maybe find out when the next programme is coming up, and there mightn't be another one for September, October, November. They'll tell you. The next
do they do that monthly? I wonder. Because I thought if I see you in 2 weeks' time, what do I expect do I have by then? By that stage, I would like to think that I would have had maybe my website maybe put together a little bit more public even. Because I thought I want to come back with you, back to you
tangible.
with
tangibles.
Something that has.
I don't think you're going to get. I don't think you're going to go on the Go Succeed Pro and getting all that done
before then.
Before in 2 weeks' time.
No, I don't.
Definitely not.
So what would you expect? What would you expect in 2 weeks' time?
Unless you push on with your. Okay, I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
Unless you push on with your website yourself, I don't expect others. Okay. What would I expect in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah.
From the first, I expect a cash flow forecast.
Cash flow forecast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that simple. Going from the 1st of January, to the 30th of December 2026. Outlining the workshops
for 1 year.
Yeah. Skip a few when you're going to take your holidays. Just simple calendar year. You've got 44 out of 52 weeks. 44. Identify. Just put in the figures, see what it looks like. Once you start to call it a cash flow forecast, income and expenditure, but really all I'm getting to do is budget in here. What would it look like? Money coming in against money going out for the business.
So I was kind of thinking, this is something now. This is new for me to learn to be able to manage this, but you have to start somewhere.
Can you okay, so before I jump into Excel, you used Excel before? Excel spreadsheets? Way back?
Barely touched it, to be honest with you.
Okay, Microsoft Word?
I don't have Microsoft Word at all.
Word?
No.
No. Table then? Okay, well just put it... right.
Well, I can go to the library and do it there, and I thought that maybe Go Succeed would be able to break that down for me a bit better, and now I'm in a space where
they will
suck this up.
Go Succeed will put you through your program. They will put you through a cash flow forecast, and you'll do a bit of that with them. Yeah. They'll give you a basic spreadsheet to do that.
So they will show me how to do that.
But okay, I'm going to tell you something now. I'm being quite direct here.
All right then.
Stop putting everything off to Go Succeed. The website, the cash flow for. Stop it. I'll wait.
No, just I can break that down. Yeah.
Just get it.
Do a draft.
Do table. So you have you anywhere apart from your phone that you can do things on? No.
I can go to the library. Yes, I can sit down there and work it all out there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30. Okay. Let's say that was 44. Okay, I'm using pencil. So see a rule page.
Is this like a weekly thing?
Yeah, I'm just looking at okay. Income each week. In, out. Week 1. Okay.
Oh yeah, I have a little book. Actually, I didn't realise I was doing that. I have a little book.
So each month, so week 1, when that date that is, there's going to be a skip there because here is July.
Yeah.
You're taking off 4 weeks off hauls. That's how simple. Don't complicate this. Taught that up at the end. Total income, total out, and then your numbers over here is going to be. That looks like. So in certain terms, this will start to make it real for you.
Yes, exactly. I got SumUp. Have you heard of SumUp?
SumUp's good.
Fantastic. I learned the 2 workshops, and from that I needed some materials, so I spent from that as well. So everything's under the one roof.
Sum up's
it's not
good.
messing up my own personal
Sum up's
account.
good. Yeah.
But I want to learn more about Sum Up as well. So yeah, I will as I go.
Yeah. So, quickly, sort of get your head together.
That's for the year?
Yeah. So that's income.
What price tag did you have on there?
500. I was only 500.
3 hour workshop.
I was only 500. Let's put it up.
Wow. That's a darn good income, isn't it?
That's more realistic.
God, that's
even better. Well, 750 for your workshops. They're going to be
financial
750.
support. That's amazing.
You know, but that's even to make it real for you to say what could be. Why shouldn't you be? You're an artist. Like,
it's so important to see that. Yeah.
I know what Karen Coins have done, and I've been in a few things, but it's bottom. Like, if you're going to be working for people that are bottom, always going to be bottoming things out, it's not going to work for you.